Hey guys, Michael back from Help Tech. Now, I'm coming back from Safeway. I worked today and I've basically worked at my second job the night before and I'm basically tired as hell. But I basically thought what I could do in today's video is address something that's been annoying me as hell when it comes to internet service providers. I've heard time and time again that, Telus is faster now than Shaw because it's a full fiber connection. And what I'm gonna say is that, honestly, Telus is not full fiber. They say they are right to the door, but that little up to the door is the clear thing that you need to pay attention here. Because it's basically going to the door, it relies on DSL to go the rest of the way. Now, why is this important is because DSL is a very, very slow technology. We're talking basically the length of DSL to hold a proper speed is not very long compared to copper at least. And this is why basically Telus could not upgrade just boxes in communities and expected the DSL to go the rest of the way. The way that the DSL works is that DSL basically is one line to each box, meaning that the farther you are from the box, the worse the internet because nobody is adding current to the line, only you. So again, the farther you are from the box, the worse the internet will be. And this is why Telus really couldn't just upgrade the boxes all over the place to allow faster speeds. Now, Telus has been really pushing forward with that they're truly integrating, well, not really integrating, that's not the proper choice of words here, but they're reimagining the internet as their actual slogan. And they're basically making, like, they're really pushing the fact that they are saying that they are making strides in the internet universe, and really they're not. Why they're not is because Shaw has already done these kind of upgrades in the past. This is why Shaw was getting a lot of people, like they were stealing a lot of customers from Shaw or from Telus internet, because the fact is at the end of the day, Telus's network was just not robust enough to take a lot of traffic through it because their backbone was not fiber. So what ended up actually happening was that people would have, speeds that just weren't acceptable. If you had internet, let's say 50, Telus puts on their sheet, like you could get between 25 to 50 depending on the situation. And I've never seen that particular, like, hey, it could be this, it could be that. Like, I like how Telus is honest with you, but I just don't like how they're like, yeah, you could get, internet 25 that you pay for a hell of a lot less, or you could get internet 50. And that particular kind of attitude really annoyed me. But with DSL versus fiber at this current moment, fiber is a lot more stable because the fact is that it's sending light to basically the source of where it needs to get its information from. So with that said, yes, fiber is going to be better. But Telus's network versus Shaw's network here is that Shaw's network, because it relies on copper to go the rest of the way, which seems like a lot farther because it is a lot farther, but again, copper can take a lot of information and it can take it very, very far in the network before it loses its speed. Plus, again, because everyone's tapped into the same line, which could be a problem if someone starts stealing a lot of data over the place, but copper is basically robust enough to take a lot of traffic through it before it starts to have problems where DSL just didn't have that. So it makes sense that Telus or Shaw would actually upgrade just the backbone and rely on copper to go the rest of the way, because it can take enough speed currently right now. 150 megabits per second is no problem for this network. The network that I have right now is with Shaw, and I'm not favoring Shaw for this video. I'm not saying go with Shaw because they pay me money to say this. They're not doing that. They have never paid me a penny for even saying any of this. This is just my personal experience with Shaw, and I'm on internet 150, and I get 180 megs per second. If you want to basically see this, guys, look. It usually hovers between 170 and 180. I've seen it at 183, and I've seen it most of the time never drop from 170. So, Shaw has treated me pretty good. The only thing that's kind of a bad thing about Shaw is that their upload is not impressive compared to Telus. And the reason why this is because Telus's network can send singles both ways in the same kind of speed, where Shaw has to favor one way more than the other. So that's one thing that basically Telus is more benefited in this network for using full fiber, because you have a better upload and download at the same time. So I just want to address where I stand in the two networks. It may sound like I'm really for Shaw and I really hate Telus. I'm telling you everything bad about Telus, but that's just not really the case. I just figured it's time to let you guys know what Telus is not telling you about their network. And when something also that Telus is also not telling you is that they'll start micro-dinging you if you go over your cap. Now, God forbid if you go over 1 terabyte, I'm going to basically say, what the fuck are you doing? But if you do, something to keep in big mind with Telus is that they will start micro-dinging you like no tomorrow. You go 100 megabits over, another 100 megabits over, it's going to be like $5 each time you go over it, just like a cellular network. And by the time you get your bill the next month, you're going to be going, holy shit, what the hell was I doing? Now, Telus does tell you, don't get in mind, they do tell you that you've gone over, but they'll send it in the silently quiet email that they'll send to you, and you may never see it until it's too late. I like how Shaw will actually give you a call if you go over 1 terabyte, you know, their cap for the 150 meg connection, and they'll let you do this 4 times in a row before they finally call you and say, knock it off. They will not charge you for going over it, and I've asked Shaw a few times if they will, and the answer's been every time, the answer is no. Now, again, if you do it 4 times in a row, that's when they'll call you and say, hey, look, Bob or Tim or whatever your name is, you do it again this month, we're going to start micro-dinging you based upon what you use. So I like how Shaw basically does that, where Telus will not. Because Telus is still in the, the age, which it's funny because they actually say our internet is now in the future of the internet, not the past anymore, using old technologies to, bring, good internet. They're trying to get away from that. But yet they're still in a world of micro-dinging you for going over a data cap. So I thought that was kind of weird. But the one thing that I can say good about Telus over Shaw currently is that Telus is offering a better upload speed. And this is huge for YouTubers that are, uploading big YouTube videos to the internet, let's say 4K videos. I need to get to the internet like frickin' right now. You're going to see people really enjoy the, Telus network. Or if you're sending, big files to a company or big files to a server or whatever, you're going to see a really big reason to go with the Telus network. Another thing that's also really good about the Telus network is because it is almost full fiber right to your house. You're going to see basically when we see gigabit speeds come to the table, I think Telus's network is going to handle it slightly better because it is, again, mostly fiber to your house. The only thing that's going to stop you from getting to the highest speed possible that you can get in your package is the wiring inside your house. But I imagine by the time that gigabit speeds come, Telus is going to leave an option somewhere in the middle that you can basically get them to come to your house, put full fiber completely through the building, and no longer see any resistance in your network. But that will be something we'll see in the next 5 years or so. But that's basically what we're going to be seeing in the next 5 years. There's not much more I can really say. Again, both networks are very equal in what they can offer for consumer internet. When I say consumer, I mean good download speeds because you don't really need the upload too much when it comes to doing simple things on the internet, watching Netflix, downloading games. That's all using download, and that's pretty consistent across the board for good internet speeds through Telus and Shaw. Again, the only time that this particular network for Shaw is going to be starting really getting challenged is when we jump to gigabit speeds. But Shaw has told me that basically their network is actually being cleared for gigabit speeds, which I'm very, very curious to see how that's going to go. What network do you think is the best? Do you think it's Telus? Do you think it's Shaw? Let me know down in the comment box below which one you think is better. I know that Telus right now is slightly more expensive, but I imagine the prices are going to slowly start to come down for Telus the more people jump on their network. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video for today, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.